I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is. Yes, sir. UNK and CHICO. Live and direct. Another live with UNK and Big Dog CHICO. Another one. It's another one, baby. It's another one. Another live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. So get ready for it. UNK and Big Dog CHICO. Yeah. We up in this thing live and direct. It's UNK and CHICO. UNK, Uncle Neely, Big Dog CHICO, live and direct on this Thursday night, representing for you guys down in the middle of the ocean. UNK is Goonsville, out in the Goonsville. Boulder where it's colder and everybody getting busy. Hey man, we up in here. Y'all let us know where y'all checking in from. Put your city and your state in the chat and let us know. And no matter where you are in this nation, if you get in trouble, you need a little bailing out and a little something like that, UNK, let them know where they can go, UNK.
Shit, it's easy. You got to call mama. Whenever you're in trouble, call mama. 504 Big Mama. 504 Big Mama. 244-6262. That is a nationwide bail bonding company. Black female owned, 24 hours a day, credit cards accepted. You call that number when you're in a jam, next thing you're going to hear, I'm on the way, baby.
Let them know, Big UNK.
Denise Smith, Safety Smith, the original homie, the OG sponsor, all your insurance needs. Come on, big dog. You know what to do. SafeDSmith.com. Not safety, but safety as in DeniseSmith.com. Hit her up. Go through the portfolio. Anything you need answered, all the services under one roof, Denise Smith, State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Denise Smith is there.
That's right. And UNK, you're representing at the Boulder Broker Inn. Let everybody know, hey, if y'all go there, y'all checking in Boulder anywhere in the area, y'all want to stay there, if you mention Uncle Neely's name.
2 words, just say Uncle Neely taking the 20% off. Met with the fam today, Chico, and guess what?
Okay.
Met with them just today. And they said, hey, man, loving the partnership. We got to keep it going for 2026.
See what y'all did
there
out
it
there.
Is. The Boulder Broker, the Broker Inn, right off of 30th and Baseline, right by Williams Village, which is the dorm campus. Can't miss it. Let them know Uncle Neely sent you. 20% off your stay.
30th and Baseline.
Yeah.
I used to get 30 points on the baseline.
I bet you did.
Tap the glass.
Yeah.
Remember that back in the day, tapping the backboard? That used to be a
Chico,
thing.
Let me tell you something. My layups would have been much more successful had I concentrated on making the layup more than I did slapping the glass.
Thank you.
I was so hell-bent on slapping the glass, I was probably 4 out of 10 on layups made. But I slapped that glass 9 out of 10, though.
You feel me? That is so real right there, dog. You have people concentrating on tapping that glass more than anything. Shout out to, you know what? Perfect timing. Shout out to my boy, Roger Patterson. I wish I could put his picture up here. But I just liked his Instagram somewhere. I realized it's his birthday. So shout out to Roger. I got a special story because Roger is about 5. I'll give you 5'10", Rog. Roger's about 5'9". But at this time, you know, he was even shorter because it's middle school. And we were doing layup drills in Prattville. And Prattville had this nice gym. And they had the nice clear glass backboards. And they had the big foam around it, you know, to protect it on the bottom of it. So Roger went up. And everybody was tapping the glass. Roger went up there and tapped that foam. Oh, my God, he went crazy. I tapped the board. I tapped the board. I tapped the board. So, I'll never forget how excited you were. So shout out to Roger and happy birthday to you, my boy. You know, many
Shout out
more
to
to come.
Roger, big little
Roger
man.
Patterson. Big little man, my point guard back then. Yes, indeed. Hey, you're tuning into Uncle Chico live and direct right here on the pregame network. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, comment, join the channel, become an official member. Make sure you go to unclechico.myshopify.com and get you some. That's some merch. Unc, that's some big news
Yo,
today, man. We got to talk about.
yeah, man, it kind of like broke early afternoon. We were just on the morning run and was just talking about, the stability around these parts. And before the sun set, breaking news out of the AD's office, Rick George is going to step down at the end of the academic year, which that puts, June 30th, July 1st. So it'll be all spring, all for spring ball and that kind of thing. But hey, 13-year run as athletic director here in Colorado, and has
Mm,
decided to move into other phases. Is going to still be around, kind of like an AD emeritus role and as an advisor to whoever the next AD is. But shout out to that guy, Rick George, who, in his words, oh, I asked to be on the show. Like I wanted to rock with Uncle Chico in the
that's
morning
right.
run. Don't think this was like no paperwork request. I went to them.
He definitely did, man. We have some clips to go to shortly also for everybody checking in out there. Y'all can hear clips and interview from the interview with ourselves and Rick George. Also, we posted it on the pregame network channel. Y'all can check that out. Also, you can see it on Big Dog Chico's channel, which is mine. You
Absolutely.
can also
Absolutely.
see it on our Facebook, which is the pregame network, and everything else. Y'all just check it out on Facebook. Y'all follow us and y'all see these clips on there. We'll go to it in a second. But just I want to see the comments out there, see what they're thinking about AD Rick George going into a new role. And Unc, your thoughts. I'm gonna give mine too,
Yeah.
but your
Yeah.
thoughts on it, Unc, because you're right there in the situation. We've seen it up close and personal, unlike anybody else out there. So if you want to give your thoughts on it, here we go, right here.
Yeah, haven't had the opportunity to speak with AD George since he announced. Haven't had the opportunity to talk to Coach Prime, since it was announced either, for that matter. But just say, man, hats off to him. What a storied career when you look at what has taken place in the 13, 14 years he's been athletic director. Not only the hiring of Deion Sanders to come here and be his head coach of football, the facility improvements, the very building that we're in from a football operations standpoint. Just recently, what was once the indoor practice facility is now the forward practice facility. So,
Yep.
going to be some big shoes to fill for the next person up. And I say person because women had just as much opportunity in these fields as men do. So we'll see who gets that nod for the job. But Rick George has certainly being, one of those guys who truly is leaving the athletic department, the program better than which he found it. When you look at the fiscal improvements, the physical improvements with the buildings, just added a turf field, and look, I'm just naming stuff since I've been here 3 years.
Yeah.
New jumbotron, turf field, Ford partnership, and the list could go on and on with the stuff that's been done. And then when you look at, like I said, the age of the building that we're in, all of that kind of stuff, happened under the leadership of Rick George. And I tell you this, what'd be interesting, going forward, um, is it's kind of going to be like a soft landing because, as he announced, he's here through the academic year, so that goes to June 30th. Through spring ball and all that. Coach Prime has, of course, a special relationship with AD George because that's who hired him.
Right.
And so it's really going to be interesting to see, who's next. Is that somebody that's currently in the department? Will it be an interim person next, and then they truly do, a year-long deep dive search for somebody, which still doesn't preclude somebody who's already here. But I think what you can expect from like right now to June 30th is business as usual because Rick will still be there, and if they go the interim route, that's probably going to be somebody internal. So you can still expect business as usual. But in the days going forward, it's going to be, from my vantage point, the kind of relationship that the head coach forms with the new AD, which will be an AD that not only did not hire him, it'll be an AD that also wasn't involved in his first contract extension.
Mm. And that's the interesting, or could be an interesting situation. And I haven't talked to Coach Prime either, guys. For everybody out there who's checking on, might be wondering. So my comments are just my comments. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I think that dealing with somebody like Coach Prime, a high profile coach in this situation, you don't you gotta watch who you gotta be careful. Let me say that, of who you bring in. I think, and also I would think that a smart decision would be someone that might be already in the organization, that has a relationship with Coach Prime also, and that's going to be better for the whole program moving forward. Like, just has that whole outlook for the program, not just anybody coming in from the outside. I think it has to be, or will be, somebody that's probably already connected to the program. Is what I'm trying to say. Someone like that. So I don't know who it is. I'm just speculating. I'm just thinking from the outside looking in. What I would do, looking forward, and knowing who I have in place right now, and how I think it could look in the future, 5, 10 years from now.
And let me echo Chico. I'm just speculating as well. I'm on the front porch, rocking chair, sipping this yak, speculating as well. I haven't talked to anybody about anything today, but I would imagine that having AD Rick George stick around as an AD emeritus advisor role to whoever's next is also a good indicator of wanting to keep relationships with the current coaches that you have, and that's not just football, because he would be able to help foster and build that bridge between the new AD and those current coaching staffs. Because as far as I can tell, lay of the land around here, I don't know of a coach that's on the quote unquote hot seat. So it's not a situation where you got a new AD coming in, he's going to be sweeping changes. All of a sudden, you got new soccer, volleyball, golf, ski coaches because the
And
new AD is here.
right.
And so having the current AD still be around in that kind of advisor role, speaks volumes to that in my assumptions.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you, in your assumptions, very articulate way, and to explain it for all the smart students out there. As I said it, for all the people in the back, you know what I mean, and they understand. I'm just joking. But at the end of the day, man, um, good situation that AD is leaving, CUN. Shoot, you named all the things that he's done that people can see out there, but it's some things that he's done even behind the scenes. Of
Hmm.
course, many things that people will probably never see or never understand.
Yeah, because as we learned, when we had him on the show back early in the football season, right before the season was getting ready to kick off, you know, he's used to big personalities. He's worked in Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers, worked with the PGA Golf, so he knows how to navigate with professional athletes. And clearly, with the sponsorships that you see around here, most recently the
Mhm.
Ford Field out there, and some of the others, when you just look inside Folsom Field, from Nerd Wallet to the real estate companies and banks that are around there, the guy knows how to form partnerships, that support the program. And so I think going to be some big shoes to fill, but I don't have a doubt that the university will find the right person to fill them, and that the support, for what is the bell cow, the cash cow of athletics, which is football, and the leadership of Coach Prime will continue.
Phew. If I'm someone from the outside looking in that doesn't know what's going on out there, how would you summarize it? In real quickly in a couple of sentences.
Man, like Aaron Rodgers said a long time ago when he was with the Green Bay Packers, RELAX, relax. Everybody tends to, when people announce things, jump to a negative posture, and assume that the sky is falling or something must be wrong. And you see a guy, talk about wanting to spend more time with his grandkids and family, and
Right.
this new role is going to allow him to do that. 13 years is a long time as AD. That's a long time in college football.
Yes, indeed.
When you look at the number of people, even in the NFL, when they change head coaches, would change the general manager as well. So what he's accomplished here, what he's done for this program, like I said, in the 3 years I've been here, has been phenomenal. And then I just look at his footprint Before that, you can see what he's accomplished here. So big shoes to fill, but I don't think it's a situation where people need to, run and put their hands in the sky and say, "Oh man, the world is coming to an end." I don't think it's that
Yeah.
at all.
Well, you mentioned it. We had him on the morning run, especially yourself. You and I interviewed him, and let's go to a clip right here where you. We got two clips. Which one you want to go to first?
Oh, it's on you, big dog. Oh,
All
I'm
right,
sorry, it's on Manny.
it's on Manny. Manny,
Mm.
roll that beautiful bean footage if you
Woo.
can, please.
For young men and women in our program to benefit from those? That's a great question, though. So you might go to A, he might go to C.
I thank you.
Sorry, Uncle Neely. I mean, I had to say that,
No, brother George, let me tell you, you're spot on. But just wait 5 minutes, he's gonna flip back to C. Like it won't take long before Chico goes Chico. I
That's
I,
a
I want
lie.
to. I got. I try to ask you this, AD George. I think we're in this perfect situation. I'm saying this as a fan supporter in the partnership that I have with officially with the university. I don't want to see this end anytime soon, but we got this wonderful commission in the Big 12. He has this New York Rock Nation experience. We got this wonderful AD, who's has PGA, Major League Baseball, collegiate experience, and we got this wonderful head coach that you just signed for another 5 years. The big question is, how much longer does AD George want to be AD George? Are you sticking around?
Look, I love being at Colorado. I've been here. I just started my 13th year last week. I'm excited about what's ahead. At this point, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm passionate about this school and our programs and our student athletes. And I haven't put a timetable on anything. I'm still operating under my contract, and I'm very comfortable with that. So no big news today. I'm just making sure that I focus on the now. And the now for me is to ensure that our student athletes are having the experience that we promise, that we have the programs in place for them, that we are putting this university and this athletic department in a position for the future. And that's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on an end game or what's my future look like. I'm just going day to day and focused on that, and going to continue to focus on that.
That was a wonderful answer.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
I
That was
appreciate that.
beautiful.
Maybe I can be an A minus.
That's right. That was a quick clip right there. Go ahead, Unc.
One thing, as I listened to that, what was that, Chico? Probably September.
Man. Yep.
As I
Yep.
listened to that clip from September, and I look at the news today in November, and re-listen to his words, he never really said, "Hey, I'm gonna be here a long time." He just, when you go back and listen to it, he didn't say,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, this is my last year," but he also didn't say, "I'm gonna be here another 10." It's like
Right.
this is he's like this is a day to day thing. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I'm,
day
I'm, I'm
my
no, I was just gonna
yeah.
say, yep, I'm focused right now. I'm focused on now. I'm focused on making everything. And that's the right answer. That's to
It
keep
is.
yourself clear for everything, right? That's something that
Yeah.
you damn near teach the students to do.
Yeah, but when you go back and listen to it in context, you like, oh yeah, he knew.
Yeah. That's why he said no. He also said, no big news today.
Yeah,
You know,
today, yeah.
oh, is there some big news to come? That
Yeah.
should be the follow up answer right there. You talk about follow up.
Yeah. I missed the follow up. I missed the
Yeah.
follow up. But again, man, shout out to him because I've been around several collegiate athletic departments, whether it's programmatic stuff like this or in my days with working with sports agencies, and I've never seen an AD with a more open door policy than Rick George. Like the door is literally open. Like you just go up there on 5 and say, "Hey, can I talk to Rick real quick?" Uh, and I don't mean that from just a coach's standpoint, from student athletes. You
Hmm.
see them in the cafeteria, with the various sports and going over to their tables and talking to them. And he's just not on the sideline at football games. He's at the lacrosse games and the volleyball. Matter of fact, my first ever lacrosse match, I walked in there with Rick George. Like I was like, "Man, I've never seen lacrosse before." "Oh man, come on."
Okay.
I go to all the games, and so he's
Yeah.
very engaged and supportive of the student athletes. He recognizes, my job is to provide these coaches with the resources they need to win, and also provide these student athletes with everything they need to be successful students and athletes. And you kind of heard him say that in that clip, that's his focus day to day, and that's why I don't think that's going to change between now and June 30th. I don't think you're going to see any visible signs that we're without an AD, because he's going to be here until that time and
Mhm.
after.
And once again, his relationship with Coach Prime, I think had to be something special. And I think it was something special as Coach Prime has talked about it probably from the start. And Coach Prime, I think, is very guarded by who he lets, around him in his circle and things of that nature. Talk about how their relationship has evolved from what you've seen, and how Coach Prime, with the respect that he has for him and one another. Just talk about their relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand the framing of the question, but I don't know how much I can speak on a evolutionary relationship, because it has remained, from where I sit across the room and look at it, rock solid. No more rock solid than it's ever been.
Hmm.
AD George, of course, was the guy who went after, Deion Sanders to come up to the quote unquote Power Five, then now the Power Four. He had Coach Prime had conversations before Jackson State with other Power Five schools, but it was Colorado, that really sold him on, no man, we believe in you, believe in what you can do here, and so he's always been, a champion for Rick George, and Rick George has been a champion for him. Even these past few weeks, when the world seemingly was turning against Coach Prime, you had Rick George going out there with tweets, like, no, this is my guy. I believe in him. Like, this is headed in the right direction. Now, sure, neither
Right.
one of them are satisfied with 3 wins by that matter. Like, don't be no damn fool about it.
Hmm.
But their support, admiration of each other, investment in each other from a relationship, both personal and professional. You can see it when whenever they're around each other.
Gotcha. Hey, man, salute to Rick George and everybody else, man. That's been around him supporting this program. Got a question right here from Seth Marie. I don't think she heard you when you said that, but that's her question right there, Unc. So he still will have AD duties.
Yeah, the way the press release was that it's a AD emeritus status, consultant status, advisory status to the new AD. And so don't get it wrong. Whoever the next athletic director is, the athletic director, but they will have Rick George to lean on, for historic advice and things to consider. Because again, if this guy has been here 13 years and is the signatory on multiple contracts, whether that is naming rights or coaches' contracts, you name it, you can't just abruptly end that like on June 30th. There has to be some kind of transition period where it helps the next person understand, the dynamics of why we're in this agreement. And so having him around for that, I think is going to be a huge boost, not only for the success of the athletic department, but for the success of the next AD.
I'm trying to look up what's Nick Saban's current role at Alabama, because it sounds like it's something like this. I think the head coach though can. I think Nick Saban is kind of like a consultant for the football program. Not sure if it's over all of athletics, but I think it's for the football program, as he should, and
Yeah, I should say that just makes
right.
sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, if they want to go in the right direction that he had him going in the first place, why not
Hmm.
keep him on as an advisor? He might not still be the captain sailing this ship, but he could be over there chilling and pointing in the right direction, whenever needed. So, yeah, man, much success, much love to AD Rick George. If y'all just tuning in, we're just talking about the news of AD Rick George. Y'all see it right there, transitioning to special advisor to the chancellor slash AD. All right. Any other news out there, Unc, we got to tackle before we get up out of here? Coming on today.
None. I thought we can still got that one more clip we can do. We can close out with that. And I think that
Got
was,
one more
Rick talking
clip.
about his relationship. I think the Patriots are beating up on the Jets for Thursday night football. Haven't been watching any because I mean it's the Jets. Just
14
hard
to
to get.
7, New England leading the New
Oh
York
wow, I
Jets.
thought it'd been more than that. What quarter is it?
It's halftime right now.
Oh wow, okay,
Well,
Jets.
this is our halftime report for the Thursday night game. How about that? We might start doing that on y'all.
Okay, Jets.
Let me see what the stats are right now though, because if a boy still got if Fields out here with 51 yards again, goodness gracious, Fields! Oh my gosh, are you serious? Justin Fields 4 of 7, 23 yards
And a half.
in a half.
Come on, dog.
Come
He
on,
got
dog.
23 more than me. He got 23 more than me. And I ain't even up there. Come on, dog.
Come on, dog. What they scored at? Is this special teams once again? Let me see, man.
This is
Brees
bad
Hall.
ball, man.
Oh my gosh. Something is they got a bright spot somewhere though for them to be still in the ball game and your quarterback.
I
I don't
wonder,
even know if
man.
he has is that 100 that's not even 100 yards in a game and a half. Easy.
Chico, you know you've been there as a again. This is like legit talk. Like I'm propping you up. Like you've played high level college football. You played professional football. You know when you've gotten paid to play.
Yes.
One of the most difficult things is to not fall into the trap of playing down to your competitor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the game just feel easy, or you're looking at their
Yeah.
record, and next thing you know, he's like, "Damn, man, we acting like we them instead of being us." I wonder when you play the Jets, man, do you just get sucked into being the Jets?
I would think so. Y'all put y'all red circles in the chat before I had to get up out of here real quick. Oh, you just said that just took me back to I can go back to these times like nothing it seems like now. About 7th, 8th grade, we undefeated and we went to this little country town in Alabama. I know somebody probably watching like all of Alabama country. What you talking about? Well, this was even more country town right here. This was a bow-legged chicken walking across the street country town right here. We go up in that gym, dog. They had all 5'5" guys probably.
Yeah.
We said, man, we about to beat the brakes off these dudes. Matter of fact, our coach said the same thing. Shout out to coach. Coach said the same thing. He said, man, listen, man, y'all starters, y'all ain't gonna start today. He's like, for real? Like, yeah, y'all sit on the bench, man. We're gonna let everybody else play. I bet. Because we see the other team out there. Man, they must have had little Steph Curry's before Steph Curry's. They came out there shooting them threes up. They got up by like 40 points fast. Coach tried to put us in the game at halftime.
Up by 40 or put
they
up
got
40?
up by 40. They got up. They beat the brakes off of us. I wasn't in the game though. I wasn't in the game. It was the backups. Man, Coach put us in the game. Called himself trying to save the game. Coach, we could come back up. It was too many threes. That was my first loss. And that was my first lesson of that right there. I said even the coach thought we was gonna win, so he didn't start us. And he was so what you call it, just so stubborn to where he didn't want to take out the group that he started. He felt like they can come back, so he did it all the way up to halftime. We down by 40.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all can come back. No, we can't come back.
I seen a clip where an interviewer was asking Paul Pierce and another guy, I forget who the other guy was. It wasn't Ticket though. He said, "Man, when you're in the league and on the road, based on what time you come in at night, does it have anything to do with your opponent?" Paul Pierce was like, "Man, hell yeah."
Yeah.
He said, "Man, if we were playing in Charlotte, New Orleans, I might come back to the hotel 7 in the morning. Like I don't need no sleep to beat them dudes."
I love how honest Paul Pierce is, dog.
He said, "Now we were playing somebody, you know, and they were about something like, no, you get your rest, get off your feet,
Yeah.
you know." But
Oh,
man, he's like, he's named Charlotte, he's named New Orleans. He said, "Man, I'm kicking it."
Okay.
You know, I don't need no sleep to beat them dudes.
I feel it, dog. I feel it.
But when I be watching the Jets and like, you know, the Jets have won a game or two, and some of these games be close. I'm like, man, I wonder if people just get sucked into playing Jets ball instead of their own ball. Because they on paper they're supposed to get blown out every week.
Well, they're 14-7 right now. Getting ready to come back from halftime. Patriots 184 total yards, 140 passing, 44 rushing. Jets 93
144
total
passing
yards.
to 23 passing.
140 passing to 23 passing. Yes. Jets got 93 total yards, man. Come on, man.
Come on, dog.
Come on, dog. Hey, we're gonna go to this last clip and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for joining us once again on another episode of UNK and CHICO. You know what? Did I forget something?
Well,
I think I could play a Big Mama ad too. I got the Big Mama commercial, don't I?
you should.
All right, we're gonna play the Big Mama commercial too before we get up out of here. All right, we're gonna go to Rick George. You gotta leave him with something before we go.
Yeah,
Anything?
we'll see y'all tomorrow for the morning run as usual, 11 a.m. Mountain, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, whatever the hell time it is in Hawaii at that time. But the morning run tomorrow. Remember, this is a bye week for the bus, but we got plenty of sports talk to get into, and might even have a guest pop on with us. So y'all stay tuned for the morning run on Freaky Friday, Chico style.
That's right. Put your shockers up, put your black fists up, and damn, put your rebel flags high in the sky. That's right. Peace of the league.
I want to go back to the beginning if we can, because I wonder, when you have a hire like Deion Sanders to Coach Prime, there had to be some people saying, "Man, Rick, what are you doing? This is crazy." Have you had the "I told you so" moment, whether it was that victory over TCU or Miss Peggy to a bowl game? Have you had that moment you say, "I told you it was going to work"?
I'm not a "I told you so" guy. I was very confident in my decision to bring Coach Prime here, and couldn't be more excited about what he's done. And there's still a lot to be told on this story, and we're just at the beginning. Certainly, that TCU game was really special, and you can see the way we embraced after the game. That day was special to me, and it's a memory that I won't forget. But to we're in the infancy of what Coach Prime's going to do here. If you think about, we went from a 1-11 team to a 4-8 team, and to a bowl game last year, 9-4 on the season, and we got a lot of high expectations for this coming year. So I'm not a "told you so" guy. I'm confident in the decision we made. Coach Prime has exceeded expectations, in my opinion. And the future is so bright, as Timbuktu says, I got to wear shades.
I like that. It's not like a Neely.
And they're blenders. Then they're blender shades. That's all Deion will let me wear. Matter of fact, I might even have a pair on me today. Gotta promote. There you go.
That's right. Like those. AD, Mr. George, can you tell us, a lot of people don't know, we were just discussing before you came on about your football history and your background. Can you let everybody know, starting from the beginning, your football background, and how did that lead you to being in the position that you're in right now?
Yeah, look, I was very fortunate, recruited by Gary Moeller, and Lloyd Carr was my defensive back coach at Illinois a long time ago. I won't say how long, but was a 4-year starter at Illinois. Lloyd Carr taught me a lot. Played defensive back, and Deion and I were very different. He was very skilled, and I was just this tough hitting defensive back that hated man-on-man coverage, but had to do it as a corner. And starting as a freshman, I was real fortunate and blessed, and played against some really good people like Anthony Carter and Kirk Gibson and Leo Lewis, and some of these players that a lot of people don't even know today that came up immediately after I graduated and played my last football game. I became an assistant recruiting coordinator as a volunteer. At 23, they named me the recruiting coordinator for football at Illinois. I stayed there for 5 or 6 years. Coach McCartney, I reached out to Lloyd Carr and said, "Hey, can you call Coach Mack? I hear they've got a position and opening as a recruiting coordinator that's off the road," because I was traveling a lot and I had a young daughter at the time. And Lloyd called Coach Mack. We met at a Fairview Boulder game, which is a big game in our community. And we watched the game together, and he offered me the job, and was here through his national championship year, recruited a lot of those guys, and then moved on to different opportunities that included running a PGA Tour event in New Orleans, the president of the Champions Tour, running the PGA Tour, and then and then going to the Texas Rangers, where we went to 2 World Series, and then got the call from Chancellor DeStefano, who I had a relationship from my years ago being at Colorado, because it's all about relationships, right? And I can tell you that's part of the reason that Deion's here is we had mutual friends that I didn't know were communicating with him about me and about CU. And, and again, that's what it's all about. But I'm thrilled to be the AD here, and having Coach Prime here has really lifted all the boats in our sports programs and our university. And, the Dion factor is real, the Prime factor, as they call it.
Yeah, you teed that up perfectly for me. No pun to your PGA background, but I want to talk about that prime effect of what he brings to the table. When you look at what takes place in Boulder, all the way to Denver, all over Colorado, and not just during football season, but year round. And I see the IPF now has the Ford name on it. What have you been doing, to capture that synergy with the prime effect and with CU athletics, to form those strategic partnerships to help grow the program?
Look, we've got a great team. Our Buffalo Sports Property, led by Andrew Popchuk, does a great job. When you have the viewership at the level that we have, I think we were 7th in the country last year, at over 55 million viewers during the course of the year. We were the only school in the country, I believe, that was on every major network every week of the season. And when you have that kind of exposure, that brings value to our corporate partners, and we've seen that grow. Ford's been a longtime partner of ours, but they wanted to elevate their relationship with us, and now they're our partner on the indoor practice facility, and sustainability is key for them in their electric vehicles, and they can promote that to audiences all across the country and the world, for that matter. And coaches, him coming in here, everybody said that, "Are you ready for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready for anything." Well, it was a lot. It was a lot more than I anticipated. And now we're seeing the fruits of that. He's going to be here another 5 years, and I'm really proud of that. But we're just getting started, and, the partnerships and I will tell you this, and I think this is important for student athletes that are out there looking at schools, and for our current student athletes, when you have that kind of exposure, it helps your brand. And we're telling our student athletes, all of them in all of our sports, utilize the platforms that we have, because it's really important for you to elevate your brand, because we're being seen by TikToks, Instagram, X, and all these different YouTube, and all these different mediums that when Coach Prime came, we were doing okay, but now we're really at the top level of that visibility. And while you can say what you want, that visibility is really important. It gives you different opportunities and different options as you move forward.
Hey, Dukes, what
Yes,
about
sir.
that, though? What about that?
Oh, that's super tough. That's super
They know
tough.
they know where to find it at now. They've been loving in the chat. All they gotta do is go to unkandchico.myshopify.com. Get all the morning run merch you can handle. That you.
Oh man, I ain't got time for this. I can't go to jail. I got work in the morning.
Well, you best be calling Big Mama.
What's Big Mama gonna do for me?
No, Big Mama's bail bonded. She'll get you out fast. 504 Big Mama.
Oh, what's that number again?
What's Big Mama's number? 504 Big Mama. 504-244-6262.
Big Mama, I need your help.
I'm on my way, baby.
Run them likes up. Run them up. Run them likes up. I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is. Yes, sir. UNK and CHICO. Live and direct.
Another live with UNK and Big Dog CHICO.
It's another one. It's another one, baby. It's another one.
Another live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
UNK and Big Dog CHICO.